lovely angels. This is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! So today I am starting the 12 days of Christmas. I was planning to do this last year, but unfortunately I could not. And then for this year I had planned like from December 1st to 25th, so I would have like 25 videos up, but I couldn't achieve that either. For those of you who don't know, I do have a full-time job and then I do this on the side. So I usually just have the weekends to film, edit and everything. So doing something, taking on a massive project like that is a little bit like intense for me, because the editing part takes a lot of time. So today I thought I should start the video with some new perfumes. And today I have some Khadlaj for you. Now Khadlaj has released this perfume set. It is from their Maison du Métier Parfumeur collection and they have three. So they have the Creation de Rêve, which is this one. Then you have the Flur Oud, which is like this one and it's my personal favorite. And then they have L'Eau Noir, which is this one. All of them are gorgeously packed. So as a gift to you or yourself, or to you or yourself, why did I say that? For someone else or for yourself, it would be like wonderful. So let's start with the first one, which is the Creation de Rêve. And it opens like this. And that is like the very, very stunning bottle inside. The packaging is gorgeous. You have a bit written about the Khadlaj Perfumes and about the creation. And this is how the bottle looks like. It's a pretty gorgeous bottle. The juice is like very dark. Like on camera it's not showing all that much, but the juice is like quite dark. Now what does it smell like? Let me try and show you the atomizers as well for you to see how. Yeah, I think I made a reel as well on Instagram and I was so impressed with the sprayer that I kept spraying perfume in that reel. Oh, now this one is a very beautiful, I would call it like an amber spicy woody fragrance. Yeah, and all the entire set is unisex, and in my opinion, like I would wear all of these, and some of them are actually like closer to a male perfume than a female, but the rest of them are like absolutely in the middle. Now when you first smell this, you might get an impression that this is for men, but it's not. Just let it like settle down a little bit. It kind of also has like this woody note, which is like a dark wood, but it is not oud. So let me tell you the notes for this. So the top notes are pepper and incense, which is why probably like you feel like there's oud in it, although there isn't, because that incensey feeling, it's very oud-like. It's the same incense which is there in Shagaf Oud Aswad, the black one, right? And it kind of gives you that little churchy feeling, but in this, you don't have that churchy mosque feeling at all. The middle notes are ambroxan and vetiver, which is why you have this wet wood earthiness, like the wood feels like something which might have a little bit of moss on it, vetiver, and then it's like wet. The base notes of cedarwood, patchouli, and gaiac wood. All the notes are like leading towards like dark wood, and honestly, like I'm sure there is more to this perfume than what's listed, but I am absolutely in love with this perfume. I've been spraying this so much. Now, although you might think that the way the collection is, the box, the bottle, it looks like very stunning, it looks very upscale, and there are details on the sides of the bottle. Can you see that? So freaking pretty, and the bottles are like super heavy. So in my opinion, the pricing is like perfect. Like if you're getting like concentrations, because Khadlaj always does the concentrations of 20 to 30%, which is like extrate, and all their perfumes have the steady, at least their premium perfumes, they have the steadiness of longevity and sillage, which in my opinion makes it like a worthwhile perfume. How does it smell like? It smells not spicy, although like you would read pepper, incense, and you would feel like maybe it's going to somewhere towards like Grand Soir or something like that. It is a dark perfume. It is a very noir perfume, but the pepperiness is like the good parts of pepper. It's not itchy to the nose. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't strike you. It's like very well blended. And then you just have your very beautiful earthy woody notes, and that's what basically this perfume is. Like, they have not mentioned any flowers, anything that's sweet, anything that makes it like it has a certain sweetness and coldness at the back. They have not mentioned saffron or anything like that, but it has this amazing coldness, sweetness, and woodiness about it, with that little earthy thing going on in the background, which completely blows my mind. Like, this perfume has been on my mind for such a long time, and I feel like this might come close to Gucci by Gucci, which I miss a lot. But that one had the top notes of the fruits and everything, where you had the guava and everything. But the dry down was very similar to this. So I don't know why, but it's reminding me of Gucci by Gucci. In my opinion, this perfume is perfectly unisex, and the pricing for this is $50, which I suppose for this kind of packaging, the oil concentration for the bottle and for the juice itself, it's like perfect. For me, this is absolutely not a daytime perfume. It's a very night perfume. It's very dark. It kind of gives you the same vibes as, if you want to think of a vibe, it's like Shagaf Oud range vibe. You know, it's dark, it's mysterious, it's very alluring, but at the same time, it feels a little bit grown up as well. So it's not a juvenile scent at all. So even if like a person who's younger than 25, they would have to wear it as a dress-up perfume or an evening wear. And all in all, I think I would wear this in the evening if I'm going out somewhere. It is like a kind of like you're trying to impress people perfume, like you want to make an impression. So this is like perfectly good for gatherings, or if you're attending some conferences or somewhere where you want to actually show your personality and you want to be like there upfront noticed, you know. This one is a 10 out of 10 for me, like hands down. Like, I've not put the the ratings on my paper because I wasn't sure like how I would feel about it, because initially when I sprayed it, it was like all I was too excited, so I was spraying them all here and there. But then this one caught my attention a lot, and I was like, let me just like wait and like test it more and then try it. And now it's like a 10 out of 10. And guys, by the way, these are PR, and I want to mention this, that guys, even if I receive PR, even if like Khadlaj, like Bushra, the owner's daughter, she's kind of become my friend as well, but I'm not going to be biased. If I think something is not okay, or something which is like not my taste, I will at least let you know that this is not my taste. You might like it, might not, you know. If it's lactonic one, I will definitely put my foot down on that, you know. So don't think that if I'm getting any PR, which I'm sure like in these 15 days, sorry, in these 12 days, I will definitely have like some PRs as well. So this perfume, 10 out of 10. Nighttime, I would prefer this in cooler weather, but even in summer at night, it's perfectly fine. The projection is like a good 3 to 4 feet. You might want to restrict the sprays to 5 sprays and not more, because I don't know about other people, but you might like choke yourself as well. So be careful. Maybe start off with like 3 sprays and increase it gradually as it's needed. This collection of theirs, by the way, it's been like everywhere on the net. I've been seeing so many reviewers like review these perfumes, and I would love to know if any one of y'all have tried these. Yeah, the longevity is like 6 to 8 hours. For me, it becomes like a very close, intimate scent. After 6 hours, it kind of becomes like this slightly sweet, woody scent, and I absolutely love it. Middle Eastern vibe check, 100%. It's very Middle Eastern. It's incensey, it's woody, although it doesn't have rose and all that. Like, it does feel a little dry and exclusive because it doesn't have like that adulteration with like different notes from fruity to citrus and your florals or anything. So this feels like a perfectly pure, earthy, mossy, woody scent if you like those, and those are like one of my favorite scents. So 10 out of 10. The next one is, let's do the Loch Noir. Also opens the same way, very beautiful. The bottle is gorgeous as well. Let me try and set the boxes aside because I have too many perfumes on my table. Whenever you see my shelf as looking like absurdly like less perfumes, you should assume I have like put them all over my table and I'm trying to review them. This is slightly like a lighter color, but the bottle is exactly the same, so it looks very beautiful on the table. And you guys know I'm a sucker for good bottles, and these kind of bottles, you know, where it's very minimalistic, but it has like this touch of luxury, you know what I mean? So let's see how this one smells like. None of these are listed on Fragrantica, which is why I'm not giving you the Fragrantica ratings as well. Wow. Now this one leans slightly more masculine, I would say. Like I would love to smell this on a man. Like this is probably like that one perfume that I would not put on myself out of these. But at the same time, like if I wear this to office, it'll be like so impressive, you know, it's like a very formal perfume. Now this one is starting like very fruity and it definitely has floral. So it's like the complete opposite of Creation de Rêve, because this one you can immediately feel the playfulness, like a slight playfulness, but it in a serious situation, you know, where this does still feel like a formal fragrance, but definitely not like a casual when you'll go outside to do shopping or something. I think this entire range is a little upscale, and it's like all of these are like a slightly more dress up situation, or if you're going in for a meeting which is like an important meeting, you know, something like that. Let me tell you the notes. The top notes are raspberry and rose. The rose is like very mellow, but I can smell it in the background along with that raspberry. But the raspberry in this is like super sweet, but it smells like raspberry. But they will not be like, oh, I'm smelling like a fresh raspberry, like you take a bite and smell it. It doesn't smell like that. It smells like the perfume raspberry. The middle notes are incense and cade wood. Now, cade wood was something I had not heard of, but apparently in like this part of the world, it's like a very common ingredient. It's quite rare, so like very few perfumeries use it, and when they use it, like it kind of makes your perfume a little bit more expensive, just like oud. It kind of has this leathery and incensey quality. That's why I'm feeling like this one is also like slightly incensey. The leatheriness is there, like it is there like a slight animalic touch, but not really like leather. So don't be afraid, like it's not coming off like leather. The base notes are vanilla, amber extreme. Now, I did not know this note either, but this is apparently to enhance woody notes and the power, the longevity of the perfume. And then it also has oud accords. Now, I believe this perfume is like a super, super mellow, fruity, woody fragrance. Like the vanilla is there, but it's not like your gourmand vanilla. It's there like to add sweetness. Like it feels like, you know, when you have like a raspberry candy, and it starts like when you first have the raspberry candy, but then you take it out of your mouth, and then you're smelling some incense and woody scents. Like it's just there like together, like in a very beautiful way. Like it's difficult to describe such kind of perfumes because they are not like, no note in this is like sticking out like a sore thumb. It's like all of them are like so well blended that you can't like really individually smell notes, like especially notes like rose, which you would generally like really smell it, and also oud, which would be like normally very, very dominant in a perfume, but they've done it in a very mellow way. In fact, the oud in this is kind of done in the same way as the vanilla, as the Kiali oud Oudgasm collection, where the oud is not like there right in your face, you know, it's there like a mellow woody note. And I am loving this as well. Now this one, the initial whiff, I felt it was very, very masculine, but now that it's settling down, it's becoming just like a very likable fruity woody note. So this is like a very fruity woody scent with a hint of vanilla, and the slight hint of that little leather thingy going on, which is why it makes you feel like it's slightly masculine. But in my opinion, I would wear this. Like, yeah, why not, you know? But I'm gonna keep this one on my shelf, not on Alish. Sorry. Sorry, Ali. Now this one can be worn during day or night, and this can be worn in any weather. So this is not like specifically for winter or something. This is like perfectly fine. I think it should be okay in all weathers. And that's why I'm going to give this one score of like 9.5 out of 10. Why that like 0.5 is not there is because it's not completely blowing my mind. The Creation de Rêve was like, oh my gosh, like I need that perfume in my life. I would always want that in my collection. This one, however, I feel like I might have to decide later once it finishes, would I really want this one again? It also has like this slightly aquatic thing going on. Like it smells very nice, and it's kind of like, it's not a linear fragrance, it's changing. So like I feel like the more you'll explore it, like the better it gets, because you kind of like have these different nuances of different accords, which are like, you know, I feel all these like notes which are mentioned are probably not like precise, or maybe it's like the magic of the formulation, because I've learned recently that like the formulation matters so much, you know, the concentration of each and every ingredient. Middle Eastern vibe check is 0. Although this has oud in it, ideally I would like want to say like at least mid, but this is not at all Middle Eastern leaning. It's a very interesting scent, and 9.5 for this one. Guys, I'm so sorry I've not assigned any celebrities for this, because I'm still exploring these perfumes. Maybe in a future video, I will like assign celebrities to these. Let's move on to the next one, which is like my favorite. That's Flur Oud. Again, the same packaging, the same bottle. And I had assumed that this one would be like the darkest of them all, but it's the lightest of them all. It's like literally like transparent. But just how beautiful is the bottle? Oh my gosh. Like I'm absolutely loving these bottles. And I like it especially because all of them are identical. And you know me, like when it becomes a set, I just absolutely love it. Now in this one's note, there's no oud, but the name of the perfume is Flur Oud. So let me show you the sprayer once again. Very nice sprayer. Yeah. This one immediately gives me like a fresh, fruity floral, but more prevalent in like florals. But this one is like a blast of freshness. So in the beginning, you feel like the fruit's done just right, where they don't smell juvenile, they don't smell like a juice or a smoothie, or they don't smell like those fake candies or something that you use and it starts, you know, that gives you that fruity blast. It's not that fruity blast. This is a very mature kind of fruity blast. So I would not say this is like a realistic fruits, although like there's mandarin in this, which is like very realistic, but the other things are like not really. Let me tell you the notes first. So the top note is mandarin and orange. Now the mandarin is like boom, right in your face, strongly there. The rose again is like in the background. It's very soft. The rose is like not like taking over the show at all. It's not the main character of this perfume, you know. The middle notes are pear, orange blossom and jasmine. So you have like your white florals and the pear note, which is like right now one of my favorite notes. And the base notes are ambergris, sandalwood and Peruvian balsam. So you do have like resinous, but at the same time it feels like slightly aromatic, where it's giving you this coolness as well. If I had not known better, I would have thought that it probably has some kind of essential oil kind of thing going on, like thyme or maybe a little bit of lavender or something, because it definitely is adding like this interesting thing. Now the thing is, all these three perfumes, they're so different from each other that although they feel like they're from the same collection, because they all are like really upscale and they're very, very potent, it's very like smells expensive, but at the same time they're so different from each other. So I don't know how they managed to do this. This probably is like right now my favorite collection from Khadlaj, and that's like saying something, right? Like Khadlaj, there are quite a few perfumes that I absolutely love, but these are next level. These are like strong. They are like, I don't see anybody not liking these perfumes, and I really, really wish this was on Fragrantica, because I just have like 10,000 followers, so it's not like the whole world is watching me, you know. But like at least people who go on Fragrantica, they would know like what these perfumes are, and I know these would get like scorings like 4.5 or above, because these are like really, really, really good perfumes. I especially saved this during this time because like this smells very like celebration. It smells like you're going to an office party or like a gathering, like where like, you know, they're rich people. I don't know why I keep saying things like this, but you know, whenever I feel like a perfume makes you smell rich, it makes you feel classy, and like you are like, you feel like you're very well put together. Whatever you bought, you intentionally wore that dress, you intentionally wore that earring, you intentionally set your hair and makeup because you were trying to create an image, and that's what this perfume is giving, you know. Like I would wear this like really, really, like probably like the next gathering I have with my friends or family, like I'm going to like overspray this on myself and overshadow everybody around me. You know, there's always that one person in a party that sprays so much perfume and gives everybody this thing of like, everybody goes and asks them like, what are you wearing, what are you wearing? And then some people also end up getting headaches and stuff because they cannot bear that much perfume, you know. Every party has that one person. That person is me. I am that person, you know. Like everywhere I go, I especially want to be like noticed with my perfume. Maybe not with my appearance and everything, because everybody in Dubai, by the way, like there's such gorgeous people around, and like you, like honestly, I would like never be able to match up the kind of level of like perfection that exists around me. But I can do that at least when I spray some perfumes, right? And this is like super gorgeous. I also feel like it has like a very tiny little hint of tobacco, which is not mentioned over here, but like it's there in the background. I'm pretty sure of it. Like if any of y'all have smelled any of these perfumes, please let me know. This one again is a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I literally want to go back to the L'Eau Noir. Like I would want to go back to it and give it a 10 out of 10. But I just want to like explore that one a little bit more, because that did feel a little masculine for me. This one is like a perfect unisex, but it's leaning feminine. Again, the Middle Eastern vibe check in this is 0. The projection would be around like 3 to 4 feet. And this one would project more because it's more fresh, you know. But the longevity, then it's kind of giving like 6 hours, and then you might have to respray. But as a skin scent, these all will remain because these are like 20-30% of oil concentration. When you spray it on your hand, you can actually like see the reflection, you know. Those kind of ones, like even if it doesn't project too much, it'll stay on your skin and you can at least smell it. So this one, again, it's like really, really good perfume. All of them, by the way, are USD 50, which is not bad at all. This one I would wear it again anytime during the year and any time of the day as well. It is like very, very stunning. It's very, very beautiful. And like, I can't wait for my friends and family to try these perfumes because I'm sure they're gonna go goo goo gaga over this. Like this is like one of those perfumes that comes once in a while where you get so impressed that you're like, where were you all my life? I'm really liking that little maturity that's going on. But when I say mature, it's not old, it's not ancient, it's not like vintage. This is like a modern adult, you know, like who is like, they're already like well off, you know, they are settled and like they know what they want and they choose perfumes like which suit them. You know, this entire range is that. It could easily be a person's signature scent. I should have said that a long time ago instead of explaining it in so many different ways, you know. So guys, I hope you like this video. I love these perfumes so much that I'm going to actually wake Ali up. He's asleep in the next room. So I'm going to wake him up and probably like make him smell these, like, listen, smell these perfumes. You know, I hope you're gonna enjoy all the 12 videos that I'm gonna be posting back to back, but know that they'll be slightly smaller than the other usual ones that I make, 30 to 40 minutes. So in a way, maybe it's a good thing, like 20 minutes videos, you know, give or take. So let me know if any one of you all have tried these perfumes, which one of these appeal to you, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow, basically. See ya, bye.